Welcome back, fellow Nerf herders, to our Star Wars Plus live reaction show of the Book of Boba Fett, titled
Mutiny on the Bounty Hunter.
Last time, we watched Boba Fett take a schwitz and then walk through sand. Lots and lots of sand. And that's pretty much it.
I used to live here. You're really not missing much.
Yeah, I think we were probably, like, the kindest reviewers to this in terms of overall reviews for the first episode, because a lot of people hated on this, like, big time. I saw videos on YouTube go up being like, oh, this is the worst Star Wars show yet, and yada yada. I'm like, it's one episode long, guys. Come on. Not that I'm saying the first episode was stellar or anything. I mean, definitely can say the Mandalorian's first episode was way better than this. Then again, you know, we're dealing with a character that really doesn't have much going on for him other than, you know, his fan base or whatever.
And his books may or may not still be canon.
Yeah. There's a lot of what if up in the air. The point being is that, yeah, this wasn't off to a great start. Fans are already complaining. But I like to enact my 2-episode rule in that, you know, I will give a series 2 episodes to win me over before I decide whether or not it's going to be good. And sometimes it takes a show a little bit longer than that to really find its stride. I know this is supposed to only be probably a season. I don't know if they're gonna go longer than that. But point being is I'm still willing to give this a chance, because nothing in the first episode, like, really offended me egregiously or anything. I mean, they can only improve from here.
If anything, like I said, it was just kind of too long with the trying to do the backstory. Given that Boba Fett's supposed to have this reputation as a badass, it's really not doing him any favors.
Yeah, he just gets bitch slapped around for, like, most of the episode, and yeah, he gets a chance to, like, bash a skull in or two, but I don't know. I feel like his badass moments are, like, yet to really be seen in this. And I mean, I trust Robert Rodriguez when it comes to those fight scenes. I'm pretty certain he has something really good waiting for us in future episodes. And we're going to start with today's episode, titled
The Tribes of Tatooine.
Gonna finally meet all of the cartel heads of Tatooine, including the mayor. I already saw a bit of a spoiler about that, but then again, they showed it in the trailer, so it's not like it was a big surprise. This is all a matter of, you know, how fast are they gonna whoop Boba's ass, and how fast is he gonna whoop their ass? Who's gonna get respect from the mutual whooping? That's pretty much how I see it. So let's get started, and let's meet all the cartel heads of Tatooine. And play. Zombie!
So now we're watching a flashback of a flashback.
Flashbackception. See, I told you that thing was going to come into play. The funny thing is, you can watch the recap and get everything you need just from that, from the first episode alone.
Yep.
Why does anybody walk on Tatooine? I don't get it. Why wouldn't you, like, at least take hover bikes everywhere?
Speak, prisoner. Well, if he's not going to speak, he no longer needs his head.
Defiant one, this is. Oh, language barrier.
Spared your life.
He is of the Order of the Night Wind.
Assassin for hire.
Very expensive.
Overpriced.
Very
Pay
expensive.
for the name.
Their reputation is legendary. There is no way this one will talk.
Now I'm hearing that, Barry.
Just be equal.
They fear no man.
Fine. Perhaps he fears the Rancor.
Ooh.
They get a new Rancor?
That's what I was wondering. Why?
I was sent by the mayor! The mayor sent me! Let me out!
Womp.
It's empty. Assassin of the Night Wind.
Well, behind the rat.
The Womp Rat?
It is the Womp Rat. He broke easily. Jeez. Very expensive indeed. So he doesn't fear getting his throat slit, but he fears getting eaten alive by a Rancor. I guess quick versus slow? I don't know. I really hope they're in a cold climate or a set or something. Can you imagine them being in the actual desert and wearing all that armor? Ugh. Stare. Judge. Stare.
I'm Boba Fett. I'm here to see the mayor.
Boba Fett. Do you have an appointment?
Found one of his stray pets. I'm here to return it to its master.
Well, I don't see your name in the schedule, so you'll have to...
Dude.
Pardon the lack of pomp for your entrance. However,
Forgive the
I
intern.
see Your litter arrived. I regret to inform you the mayor is indisposed for the rest of the week.
I don't care.
This area here is restricted. No, you're not
Restricted my ass.
Sir, if you would be so kind as
Who is this who enters unannounced?
He has a
No damn
translator.
well.
It is the new daimyo Boba Fett, Your Excellency. The mayor had nothing.
He's a member of the Order of the Night Wind. Ah, then you admit it.
I mean, he did screw up,
Not
so.
allowed to operate outside of hut space. Thank you for turning him in. Give this man his reward.
Okay.
I am not a bounty hunter. Is that so? I've heard otherwise.
I mean,
I know that you sit on the throne of your former employer. And Fortuna was not my employer. It was Jabba the Hutt's throne. Yes, and now it is mine. And I will take this payment as what you should have brought me as tribute.
considering he lost all that gold before.
And remember, you serve as long as the daimyo of Tatooine. Go to Garza's sanctuary. You'll see what I speak of.
God, that mouth is just so disturbing. And the fact that he has like the translator shoved in there, it's like he's gagging on it. We're back here again.
The twins have laid claim to their late cousin's bequest.
The twins are preoccupied with the debauchery of Hutta, to bother with any ambitions on Tatooine.
Uh-oh, the music stopped. You know things are getting dramatic. Record scratch. What, is someone having a rave outside? What the hell?
Da 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 da. Dun 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 dun. Make way for Boba Fett. Say hey, it's this hot.
Oh, Jesus.
Tweens.
Twinsies. I mean, it makes sense. Not like Jabba was the only hut in this city. Oh, God. How do they carry those two? I thought one was hard, but now two? Jesus.
So out of all of the ones shown in Clone Wars, how many huts still exist?
Good question.
Yes, motherfucker,
Thank God they finally got subtitles for this. Didn't do it with the Tusken Raiders, but no with the Hutts. Ooh, we got
A Wookiee.
badass looking Wookiee. An angry looking Wookiee. It is badass gun.
Your cousin Jabba is dead. His cowardly majordomo usurped his territory, and then I killed him. All that is his belongs to me now. Your sister is right.
All his bases are belong to
You'll
us.
have to kill me for it.
Watch it.
He's giving him the stink eye.
They're huts. We would have to get permission if you want to kill them.
Maybe it's settled.
I see. So now he's got to get all the cartels to join him just so he has a chance of defeating the Hutts. This'll be fun. Yay, another Schwitz. Time for more backstory. I said swing left, stupid! This. Pick that shit up. Uh-oh. The heck? Oh boy.
Great dragon.
She's it. Dun 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 dun. Oh, that a carrier? Was this a drive-by?
Why not? Tusken Raiders are basically a threat to anybody on Tatooine, so
Yeah.
I don't see why wouldn't do this kind of shit to try and thin them out.
Yeah, I mean, what was in the pod racing? You see him camping out in that one sector waiting to shoot all the drivers. I mean, I guess we're meant to feel bad about this, and kind of, they weren't really doing anything, but at the same time, these guys are destructive.
Yeah.
I I know, like, technically this is their land and whatnot. And now to burn the evidence.
I will stop the train.
I was wondering when they use the sign language.
I will take rifle and stick.
He's lucky that they're trusting him with this. He could easily just run away if he wanted to.
At this point, he doesn't want to.
Oh, dick. Wow. So there's like a friggin' biker gang.
Mm-hmm.
It's not right. He said it's not right.
Oh boy.
Dead man walking.
Ugh. Oh boy. Who wants an ass whooping? Oof. That's he just breaks his gun.
I don't think I've really seen pistol whipping with a rifle before. Maybe melee, but not pistol whipping.
You only do that as a last resort. Those things aren't meant to be used as pistol whips. Who's gonna clean that up? I haven't had booze in months. Yay, some free speeders. GTA. GTA, motherfucker! Brought you guys presents.
A gift for you.
My captors. Oh, for fuck's sake.
These are mine.
You just said it was a gift. Make up your mind.
How to ride. This is how we will stop the train.
Good luck with that.
This makes it stop. Go. Stop.
Trying to teach people that are used to writing banthas, and there's a language barrier. Yeah, this is gonna go well. Reverse, reverse! Reverse, reverse! Just like riding a bicycle. If it could hover and crash really easily.
So I thought he only brought 3 of them.
No, there was like 5. But to be fair, that's a really narrow space to jump onto.
You want to see how fast the train goes?
Hold on! This baby hits 100 miles, you're gonna see some serious shit. Come on, bro. Hey! Yeah, I didn't fall on my ass. So they're combing the desert.
We ain't found shit.
Oh! Psych! Gotcha, bitch. Here they come again. So is this a passenger train, or do they just do this to really thin out the numbers?
I'm gonna guess they regularly do it.
Just because you think they'd get better cover.
Ooh!
Oh, jeez.
Dude, your speeder is on fire. Lose it. Oh, come on.
You should not have any more legs after that. Not so tough without your train.
Time to jump good.
Oof. Kamikaze that shit. Time to go even faster. Ludicrous speed, go! Rise. I got it. You're like friggin' Batman. Uh-oh. Oof. How many are in this train? Jesus.
Oi.
Oof. Uh-oh.
Abandoned ship, I mean train.
I'm not taking the heat for this. Ah! Isn't this what happened at the end of Speed?
I don't know, there's no bomb on this thing. Also, Keanu Reeves isn't here.
Yay, looting. Ooh, shiny new guns. Now what to do with you guys?
Who's the leader? Are you carrying spice?
What do you mean by spice? What does spice look like?
Like that?
Like that. Now walk. Single file. The direction of the high sun.
We will die of thirst without our water car.
We will give you each a black melon. We'll survive on its milk, as these people
So that's what those things are called. So I guess they're like cactuses.
Cactuses or coconuts.
Drink cactus juice. It'll quench you. Nothing's quenchier.
It's the quenchiest.
Oh my god, real water. And they just let it pour into the sand.
A gift? Why?
I mean, look what you've done for them.
Oh.
A lizard!
A lizard?
Yeah, hi, lizard, lizard.
I will let it guide me.
Oh! Oh! Ew! Oh! Disgusting!
Oh, I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
I think I swallowed it. It's a tricky little bugger.
What the fuck?
I've heard of lizard brain, but this is ridiculous.
Oh no, he's tripping balls, man! It's like those fucking earwig things from Star Trek, almost.
It's like the babble fish, almost.
Yeah. It's a brain slug. Now he's on a spiritual journey.
Find your soulmate, Boba.
Wait a minute, lizards can't talk. Damn straight. Look how the sand's turned into an ocean. Makes sense, I guess. Isn't this the tree from Black Panther? Are those the kings of years past? Are we gonna see T'Challa?
Or maybe it's the Whomping Willow.
It's an ent. It's gonna take the hobbits to Isengard. Or it's gonna trigger his PTSD. Like how Star Wars invented a whole new way to get high. It's like the most gross, tripped out way possible.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do lizards, kid. I thought toad licking was bad. Did they seriously get him high and let him wander out into the desert until it wore off? I guess part of his spiritual journey. Good thing no monsters out there decided to eat him. You watch, he wandered back into the Starlight Pit and fought his way out all over again.
I don't know, he looks too clean.
Yeah. Oh, God. Thank you for the brain hemorrhaging. Oh, shit, I thought I dreamed
That was real.
I thought I dreamt this up. I guess this is how he gets
a stick.
Yeah, his rite of passage. So that's what they all go through? Jesus. Juan chooses the bounty hunter, Boba. So they got him high, he wandered out to the desert, he fucked up a tree, ripped off a branch and brought it back. That was the whole plan.
Call me Darth Fett.
I admit, I didn't see that coming. They're like, nice. Men's Warehouse, right? Well, now I know how he got part of his ensemble. His new ensemble, I should say.
No one shall be seated during the gaffy stick crafting scene.
Ding! Now I'm thinking of from Avatar when Sokka crafted his space sword. It looks like a giant nipple. It's alright, I guess. Nice. I see your sword is as big as mine. Now let's see how you handle it. You must be swift as the coursing river.
The Tusken Raider.
With all the strength of a great typhoon.
The Tusken Raider.
With all the strength of a raging fire. Mysterious as the dark side of Tatooine.
So I'm gonna venture a guess now, see if I'm right, probably am, that he went for the throne for the purpose of protecting the Tusken Raiders.
Honestly, that makes the most sense. I remember Nash pointed out how it doesn't make sense why him as a bounty hunter would suddenly want to be in charge of a whole crime syndicate. But now this makes a little more sense. He wants to protect those that, really have no protection.
Well, I wouldn't say they have no protection, but
they don't have a
they need a hand. Let's put it that way.
But they're natives that aren't used to the more sophisticated technology, and obviously they don't have resources and a crime syndicate behind them to help. At least with him in charge, they wouldn't have to deal with trains like that all the time. It actually kind of makes sense what they showed his flashback, because when you think about it, I think his whole thing was that he wasn't really there to protect his father, to really help him. And now in this case, he actually can protect raiders that he cares about. So I guess it's kind of making up for that. I think it's kind of like the whole Batman thing, he realizing he couldn't protect his parents, he made it so that, he could handle whatever came at him and would always be able to protect everyone.
I don't know about protecting. I wouldn't say about protecting his father, because clearly his father was very able to protect himself, and
I mean,
plus he
you don't protect
was
him
looking out for Boba.
Right.
Given, Boba was an unaltered clone.
Yeah,
so
but he wasn't in a position to help him fight against the Jedi, though, and look what happened.
I mean, definitely I'd say there is that hole that needs filling, because clearly Boba is kind of aimless, and this finally presents something more for him to do other than just go around bounty hunting all the time. It's like all he has is these bounty hunters who knew his father. And
they end up betraying him, so yeah.
He worked for Jabba, and that kind of led to what would have been his demise.
Yeah.
I'm still not quite sure of why. I'm wondering if he returned to Jabba's palace before the end of Mandalorian Season 2 to talk with Bib, and Bib didn't listen to him.
I suppose that's possible.
Maybe. I feel like there's
Although
something
Bib seemed rather surprised when he saw him, though. If he knew that Boba was already alive, I think he would have been better able to, defend against him. Not succumb to the surprise attack like what happened. Well, this did not go in the direction I thought it would. We only met the mayor and the 2 Hutts. That was about it. We only did, the bare minimum setup for the current plot. Everything else was backstory. Which I kind of figured they would continue with, given what we saw in the last one.
At least this backstory, I gotta admit, I'm there for the world building and the lore. Actually something happening.
And once again, they really try to, for lack of a better word, humanize the Tusken Raiders more, because they've been, just these savage creatures for, the longest time, and now suddenly they're being given all of, this depth, this cultural heritage. You see how they interact with each other, how they interact with outsiders, and what they go through is, a rite of passage. I do appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
I will say, again, this irks me, the inconsistency with the subtitles. I get it. Sometimes you try to create the world so that you're seeing it from the main character's point of view, and that, they're not going to know what the other characters who don't speak English are saying. But it makes it frustrating for us, the viewers, because it's half the time there are subtitles for those that don't speak the basic language, and then half the time there's nothing. You just gotta rely on body language and the main character being able to interpret themselves alone. So that, I don't know, that just kind of frustrates me a bit. Because it's the only time they had subtitles for the Tusken Raiders was when they were doing sign language. Not when they're actually talking in their native language. I always thought that was kind of weird. But that nitpick aside, everything else was good.
Yeah.
The train robbery was pretty fucking intense.
Yep.
Figures it would be spice runners that would be pulling this shit. Which means that the Tusken Raiders died needlessly. It's not like these people were protecting passengers or anything. They're protecting their cargo.
I wouldn't say that. I think they've made a statement. This was not needless at all. This was for them to say, we're not going to put up with this anymore.
To be fair, though, they were driving through their land.
Yeah.
So it's not like the Raiders had parked out in a specific spot waiting for the train to come.
No. But then again, it's you also have the Raiders frequently camping out in other places, waiting for people to pass by, so...
Yeah.
A bit of hypocrisy there.
Yeah, I won't completely fault them with that, but yeah, even still, the amount of, Raiders they were shooting down, probably, every run, that's a bit needless.
Yeah. But like I said, it makes a statement. The fact that Boba actually let most of those guys live.
Assuming they actually made it through the desert without being eaten.
Yeah. I mean, you probably want to kill more of them off and, send the survivors back with a story.
Well, they did during the battle, technically.
Yeah.
But, once they're surrendered, it looks bad to kill people that surrendered. That just makes you look like a coward. I think they handled it well, and, it was a good start for how he intends to establish himself as the new crime lord. Yeah, the part where it was, at the modern day, yeah, he's being rather optimistic to think that the cartels are going to side with him against the Hutts. 2 of them, no less, who are directly related to Jabba.
And let's be honest, Bib Fortuna just kind of weaseled his way in. It really does belong to the twins because they are related.
Yeah, I mean, from a heritage standpoint, that's true. But then again, as he mentioned, this is Tatooine. It's a cutthroat society.
Yeah.
Pretty much, whoever gets offed by the other guy, that's the successor.
But I think we don't know for quite how long these events go on for between Return of the Jedi and now, or whenever Bib Fortuna bit it. For all intents and purposes, Bib was probably laying low until the twins came knocking. Let's face it, because Boba's making noise now, the twins are coming out.
But, what was it? The Mandalorian takes place, 5 years after Return of the Jedi? Something like that?
Not quite sure.
Because I'm saying if that's the case, then Bib was in power for a little bit of time, because you think the Hutts would have noticed a lot sooner if their cousin got offed.
Yeah, but I mean, given that Bib knew the inner workings of Jabba's palace and probably knew what moves to make so that it seemed that Jabba was still there, or at least...
He pulled a whole weekend at Bernie's, just propped the corpse up and is just speaking through him.
Because I'm like, how much word gets around on Tatooine of what happens out in the Dune Sea?
Yeah, but Jabba's the head honcho. And you think the fact that he was killed in a battle that involved one of the last Jedis, one of the guys that defeated the Empire, you think that would kind of make its way around. Just saying.
Maybe whispers, but I don't know. I don't even know if anybody knows the exact story of what went down in the Dune Sea.
It's not like this was a private event. They had a shit ton of people on that cargo.
They did.
People that survived. Friggin' Max Rebo survived.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm saying, if he could survive, there are probably others that did too, and probably spread all of this pretty quickly. Just saying.
Which makes me wonder how Bib would have stayed in power for as long as he did, if that's the case. I feel like people weren't talking.
I mean, unless he silenced those that tried to or whatever, but I don't know. There's a lot of questions with this.
That, or he's telling Max Rebo, I'll let you go, but you don't breathe a damn word of this.
I mean, unless he had maybe a mutual thing going with the twins. Maybe they're just well, we're still running our own thing, but you do what we say and we'll let you sit there. But if you try to go against us, we'll kill you.
Fair enough. I will give you that.
Yeah, because I mean, he's really not going to go against a Hutt, let's face it.
Yeah, I guess so. As long as he's a puppet and does what they want, then yeah. He gets to keep the power. Well, whatever power there is to keep.
I'm also wondering about the mayor, too, what his whole deal is. Clearly, he has another, underlying deal going on. The fact that he expected Boba to pay him. Was that the same case with both Bib and Jabba?
I'm kind of surprised there's even politicians here. Doesn't make sense, because Tatooine's kind of this world where people just go to hide out from the law, if anything. I feel like it's very Wild West.
Part of me is thinking, too, because I remember it was either Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi where Palpatine mentioned that he fully dissolved the Senate from Coruscant. So I imagine whoever didn't join the rebellion or go into hiding probably tried to establish themselves elsewhere.
Good luck.
He's doing something right, apparently.
It doesn't make the least bit of sense.
I know it doesn't, but they'll probably get into it.
Yeah. I'm for crying out loud, you go to Mos Eisley and Obi-Wan says, quote, "You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy." So, if that's to be understood, why would any place on Tatooine have any sort of political thing at all?
I mean, if they're corrupt politicians and know how to play the game and everything, they can make it work to their favor.
I would have thought just Tatooine's run by crime bosses and that's it.
I know it pretty much is, but at the same time, there's so many little and big crime syndicates. Criminals that will work with each other just for the sake of getting a big score. You do the right favors for people, you can get ahead. Like I said, we'll find out more, because, again, I kind of wish they would have, introduced us to more, because the friggin' title made it seem like we were gonna, meet more of these characters, and all we did was, 3, which, in my opinion, are probably gonna end up being, the main antagonists.
Well, I feel like the tribes we're talking about are the Tusken Raiders.
Right.
We don't meet them, but we are informed of them,
Right.
that they are out there. Whether we've gotten much elaboration on that or not is beside the point.
Right. Interesting that they mentioned how they are all different tribes too, some of which are more bloodthirsty than others, which kind of makes sense. I mean, Native Americans, there were like thousands of tribes. Some of them were like radically different from each other. So it makes sense that it would be like this on Tatooine too. I guess next episode, we're probably going to continue with the backstory if I had to guess. Probably get like the bare minimum with like the main plot again.
Maybe. I mean, it's hard to say. It's almost at the point where we encounter Boba in Mandalorian when he finds Fennec.
I know, he like got his cloak, he got his stick, and at that point I guess all that's left is for him to defect from the tribe, maybe wander around, and that's when he runs into Fennec, and then he finds out about Mando stealing his armor. I know we don't have that much left, but I feel like there's still going to be maybe one or two things that are going to be like significant in terms of what we discover about the backstory. But we'll have to wait till next week to find out. So, until next time, I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And a very happy new year. Happy 2022. God help us all.